Oh yeah!
Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Planet Coaster 2 with Cookie Pirate. Today we're going to jump in the tropical park and mess around a little bit. And if you all have coasters you want me to check out, go ahead and send them my way. Don't do parks tonight, but coasters are totally fine. Just have to wait for this to come online. Alright, here we are. Editing locked? Did I have it locked and forget to upload the changes? Oh man. Hey Dino Dukes! Darkhound Doom, welcome back, y'all. Not gonna be a super late stream, but we'll jump on for a little bit, mess around. Oh well happens. Yeah, I try to avoid that, but nobody messaged me telling me it was locked, so I suppose it wasn't that big of a deal. Probably nobody was actually trying to get on and play. It is, after all, the middle of the week, so. Starting to come together nicely. Got a fair bit of fine-tuning that I want to do in the park. And I actually had thought about a couple things. I was thinking of maybe coming up with another coaster concept, but I'm not really sure that it would fit in this park. And I was also thinking about future parks that I could do. School takes up most of my day, so I don't have much time to play. Yeah, I hear you. It's the same with me in terms of work. And I actually left a half hour late today. I'm just glad I didn't have to cook or do laundry when I got home or anything, so. I took a quick shower, jumped on, and did my Oblivion stream, and then took just a maybe 15-minute break to be able to eat, and here I am again. I hope you all are enjoying the Oblivion streams. That's really a game I enjoy. It's been really good getting back into that. Skyrim will come back at some point too. And I need to do Flight Sim, but I'm careful not to focus too much on any one game, because I do like kind of diversifying it a little bit. Kind of brings in different crowds, and I totally understand that there are people that want to watch just this and don't care about anything else, and that's totally fair. But then there are people that care about something else and don't care about this, and that's fair. And then you get people that are just wanting to hang out no matter what I'm playing, which is cool. Or at least even just stop by for a little bit. So, I mean, I have a bunch of games that I want to play. I don't know if I'll really stream them all. But yeah, I would say the slight majority of my subscribers, I should say, are generally here for PC2, and then a pretty sizable minority for Flight Sim, and then very few, I think, for the other games, but that's okay. I have this blueberry pomegranate sparkling water, it's so good. I'm thirsty. I like the look of Wild Mamba. Well, too bad you're not going to be able to ride it because you're getting kicked out. Because you did something stupid that you shouldn't have. Kicked out of the queue. Out. Because you pickpocketed. He did it twice. Wow, what a jerk. Oh, man. Hey, band player, what's going on, man? So, Dino Dukes, I was gonna tell you, I will let you take this out and place your remade version wherever you want. I wouldn't recommend you put it back in the same place, but just find somewhere that works. Give the honor to you, you did such a great job with it. And we'll make it work wherever you want to set it up. There's a single person in line. Try to find somewhere. I'll make sure to actually upload the changes so you all can access it. I didn't even realize I had it locked until I just jumped in. I love this music, it's so peaceful. That's the surf coaster rip-roaring. And now that. I really need to make some time to redo this station and the queues and everything. I don't really want to move the coaster. We may reroute the path a little bit. Maybe have it cross over here and split two ways. There's almost nobody getting on this. And it's a pretty popular ride. Well, the guest cap is also turned down, so. I'm not going to turn it up tonight. It's going to be a short stream, so. Day 86, man. I've spent so much time working on this park. I think I've worked on this more than every other park I've done combined. I think the Viking Park, I made it up to like day 40 or something like that, and never made it anywhere close in any of the other parks I've done, which no longer exist. Hey, Cookie, do you have any other any ideas for the coaster you were talking about? Are you talking like the Mobius loop that I had in mind? Dale, what's going on, man? Dropping a code. Is it a coaster? Yeah, the Mobius. So my initial idea for that was either an RMC like Twisted Colossus or a mock launch. And I would say maybe imagine something like yeah, no. West Coast Racers is premier, I'm pretty sure. But maybe something kind of like that, or if you think of Stardust Racers on a smaller scale, to where they actually cross over and are not two entirely separate coasters. But in terms of theming, I don't really think we have room for that in this park. But in a future park, yeah, I have some ideas. You could go with Viking, Fantasy, maybe Sorcery, or even perhaps like a pirate theme. Something like that. Oh, we got a Vandal. Hold on. Out! Thank you for making me spend 30 bucks. If they're gonna break something cheap like a trash can. Not the most expensive table in the park. Well, the guard caught her anyway. Get your butt out. Ha! Out. That's right. Alright, let's check out the code. 17 theme parks and 1,000 coasters. Unknown error. Okay. Explain that. Uh-oh. Well... Third time is not the charm. I don't know, I might not be able to look at anything. Are you kidding me right now? Now, break the $30 thing. That's $30 more than Cookie's YouTube money. Oh! I think I gotta get to 500 subscribers and, like a certain number of watch hours or something like that. I'm not anywhere close to that. Gosh. Is the server down? Oh, no, and now it works. Hey, okay, fourth time is the charm. W65QW4P. Get nerfed. Hey! ZC8FCQ2H. Forgot to delete the one. Or accidentally pressed it. Iron Stallion. It's not gonna fit. It kind of fits over here. It's a bit tight spacing, but that might be in the way. Hey Bromik, what's going on? This is a really good coaster Dale made. Looking forward to checking it out. Just have to rotate it to make it fit here. It is a little tight spacing right there, but let's see. I think we actually got the elevation right. Very close. That's good. And it encroaches just a tiny bit on the path right there. That's fine. It's not going to affect the ride. Let's give this a go. We'll check out Dale's next. Front bumper. Ooh, I like that. Kind of outer banked turn to start. Bromik is cooking in the park me and Dale are making. What's going on, Strawberry Jam? Whoa. Sorry, autographs are $30. Can I sell you that right now? Wow. All right. Not a super long ride, but it has a decent length, and it's actually packed with elements. So it's fast, it's fun. I like the theming, fits the Western style very well. Be kind of like a reverse Oasis in this park. That'd be the one spot in this park the irrigation isn't set up. Check it out at night. Alright, we'll take a look at it. Whoops. Oh wow! Yeah, look at the lighting. The station is absolutely beautiful. Look at the queue up top. All the lanterns. Station is well lit. Man, that looks beautiful. What a fun coaster. You can see all the lights around here kind of shining on the cactus, the wooden supports. There's a wooden horse. Some more wooden horses. Beautiful. Oh, and I did not notice this before, but it actually dives under the station. Wow. That's remarkable. I don't think I realized that while I was watching the POV. Alright. Gonna turn it back to daytime just so we can see a bit better. I like the elements. I think I might want maybe just a little bit more variety of elements, because you do incorporate a good number of inversions. kind of got a Heartline roll or maybe a low profile 0G. You get a lot of overbanked turns, which is nice. This is kind of like a... Well, it's not really quite a death roll because it actually inverts up at the top. But it exits out that way. Overbanked turn. Really neat 0G stall, and what was interesting that I noticed is it doesn't quite go completely over until... Whoa. Diving under the station reminds me of Hercules before Dorney Park dismantled it. Yeah, I was never familiar with Hercules, as Hydra was built the year before I went there. But that is a cool aspect. Look at this right here. I want to point this out. This is absolutely beautiful. Kind of the metal decal of the guy riding the horse. Placed right at the top of the lift hill. That's beautiful. The stall is a double inverted stall. I want to ride it again and check the elements out. Look at that! EFN is really good. You know what? Let's actually do it from the back seat. Except the test dummies are in the way. I'm curious to see the backseat ride of this. Ooh, that's got a little more whip. Now that's super cool. Do a chase or orbit for the love of God? No. Chase is okay. I'm not really a big fan of orbit. Man. Such a cool coaster, though. I almost wish it kept going, but the length is totally fine. Let's look at the stats here. Whoops. Yeah, so it's about 3,300 feet. It's pretty good. Well, okay then. No, I wasn't going to do it when I was already in the middle of the backseat POV. Might have switched it. Your G-forces are really good. Minus 1.6 on the negative G-forces. Positive are good, your laterals are good. 6 inversions, not a whole lot of airtime in terms of duration, but the number of airtime pops you get are pretty nice. Yeah, really neat coaster. I like that. Great job, Dino Dukes. Alright, we'll pull that and let's get Dale's coaster down. Turn off caps lock. Get nerfed. Whoa, what is this? This one actually is a little bit more compact. Trying to place it too much underground. Yeah, so there are some slight elevation changes. Oh, this is a Vekoma spinning? Alright, let's check this out. Well, no, actually, we should ride in the car to see the rotation, because the front bumper POV I don't think will show you the rotation. Uh-huh. Hey, another launch. And I like an overbanked turn. Corkscrew. Wait, no rotation? Whoa! Oh. Oh, it almost doesn't make it. Oh, gosh! Didn't even realize that one segment went that deep underground there. Alright. Yeah, look at that. Some good scores there. I did notice a couple places where I think the G-force is going to be a little bit too intense. Yeah, that's really high. That's pretty high there. -4 on the negative Gs. Whoa. Curious to see that. It's a little high there, but that's not the... Oh, yeah, it's right back here. Yeah, that's pretty harsh. That's something. That right there, that's... Oh, it's, yeah, right here. I could tell that was pretty abrupt. And I think that's where your positive G's max out. Yeah, that's, or maybe here. Yeah, that's some really dark purple. That might actually hurt some people. It's got an interesting layout, though. Kings Island Nerd, what's going on, man? I like the concept. Yeah, despite the brakes right here. Can we tour Baby Park? I'm not doing parks tonight because it's going to be a relatively short stream. So... that's what happens when you get wrecked and have to lay down from getting hit by a Nerf gun or a Cookie Pirate's sword. Oblivion reference right there, yeah. Oh man, that's pretty cool. We'll do the chase. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty abrupt. Out the plank. It's still a fun layout and doesn't need a lot of tweaks to make it more realistic. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's got a pretty interesting layout and it's got some pretty cool elements. I like the death roll right there. I'll speak to my consultant who will fix all of this. It'll just cost you $30. That's the running joke tonight, the 30 bucks that it costs to fix that bench. It costs 30 bucks to do everything. 30 bucks to fix a coaster, 30 bucks to buy an ice cream from Gelato Bros, and 30 bucks to, well, kick vandals out of the park. Imagine that if you had to pay to kick them out of the park. I really do like the hang time at the top of that. I don't think it's overbanked, but it's... Yeah, no, it's not. It's pretty steeply banked, though, and I really like that up here, how it kind of slows down. It's only 20 for umbrellas. We'll go with that. But yeah, that is a pretty cool ride. 30 bucks to ride a coaster, 30 bucks to buy a coaster. Oh gosh. I'll buy it and put it in my backyard, but I'm not paying to ride it. Yeah, that is neat. So in here, let's just check up on a couple of things. Needs cleaning. Man, park is nice and clean. It's easy to keep up when there are fewer guests in the park. Security coverage is good. Let's see, pickpocketing is a little higher over here, but I still have the cameras in place. Like, if you look at the coverage, and that's kind of interesting. So the pickpocketing is actually getting caught. Vandalism! Oh, man. Look at all of that. It's pretty good everywhere else, just those. See even how much it costs. Whoops. Park rating is all good. Yeah, 100 bucks because they're breaking the most expensive things in the park. Only the most expensive tables are getting broken. And then that bench that costs 10 bucks. Oh, man. Can't find an available staff room to take his break? Let's move him. Sorcery or toy box using pieces outside of their theme? Occupancy 8 of 8, really? What is the middle of the day? Alright, that one's got enough. He can get into. What is toy box? What do you mean? I would say toy box because of the more mishmash of pieces. I'm gonna be honest, the toy box scenery pack doesn't really do much for me, but the rides that they included are really neat. The kind of the wave machine, the Vekoma STC is really neat. I mean, the Vekoma Kitty Boomerang isn't all that special to me. But then the parachute ride is pretty neat. And to be fair, there are some really neat pieces from the Toy Box theme. I mean, you get these great letters here if you want to spell out T3 sucks somewhere in your park like that. Yeah, the wave machine is awesome. Got the jungle back here. And it's not super crowded because the guest cap is turned down, but not making much money over there. Probably just because of the vending machines that are nearby. But this year is actually doing okay. It profits when the park is more crowded. More or less thrilling flat rides. Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely suitable for more ages. But I think the rides that are included with that DLC are pretty neat. I mean, the Vekoma Family Boomerang is a nice addition, even though it's not particularly my cup of tea. I like the family launch, though. I think of the Snoopy's Racing Railway at Carowinds that they added last year. I don't think... No, I'm pretty sure it's not Vekoma. I think it's Mach, actually, that built it. But the Vekoma one would be totally sufficient, and that came in... Oh, the Thrill Seekers pack, if I'm not mistaken? I don't remember off the top of my head. I have them all, so... No, actually, I could go in and look. Not that. This right here. Isn't my cup of gravy. Ha! Remember that T3 sucks spelled backwards. So actually what you can do is sort it. Yeah, and it was in the Thrill Seeker. You get the LIM Launch Family Coaster and the Mach Ultra Spinner, which is pretty wild. I think I like Time Traveler, Silver Dollar City. Oh no, wait, yeah, the Vekoma Kitty Boomerang was actually added, I think, with Update 8, the free pack. Or not pack, but the update. So that's right, you get the EF Miler Kitty Coaster with the Toy Box pack, and that's a fantastic addition. As is the STC. Yeah, that's right. Ride to Happiness is the other Mach Ultra Spinner, which is a pretty cool. Just the first one that jumps in my mind is Time Traveler. And Sorcery, technically. Well, yeah, you have to have that to get the Kitty Boomerang, but I use E&F Miler Kitty Coaster for fair-looking coasters. Yeah, I think that's a good one to use to replicate those kinds of coasters. Although I know some of the Schwarzkopf ones can be used kind of as a fair style. Alright, now she can't find... Well, she's heading to a... I think we maybe need more staff rooms. One thing to point out, this restaurant that Bromik made is absolutely fantastic. Really well themed. You've got the restaurant counter here, some tables, the restroom, and... the pirate band. And the gift shop. Little souvenir counter. And what I really like about this is how it's built into the scenery, and then you have the little display counters in the back. I use the Intamin Blitz for everything. Yeah, the Intamin Blitz was a fantastic addition. Probably the best DLC coaster of all of them that they've released so far. Now I'm hoping they'll add the arrow suspended, kind of like Big Bad Wolf and Vortex and the Bat. When are we getting Planko Lego sets? Oh, that would be so neat. Gerstlauer that Bromik built is a really cool coaster. One of the few that actually still has any decent bit of a line. And I think that's one thing about these parks. If you don't turn the guest count up, with a park this large where you have so many different rides and coasters and places to go, they just never really get crowded. And a park this large has really high operating costs. Now, when you're running on unlimited funds like we are right now, not really an issue, but if you actually do play with finances turned on, you definitely want to go with a smaller park. A little bit more of a compact footprint. And I've thought about that for future parks, maybe not making them quite as expansive as this. Really, what? Yeah, I really need to rework all of this. Do that off stream. Good for him. Well, I'm not really sure what you're referring to. I definitely want to revamp this hypercoaster at some point. I'm not going to do that tonight. I think I'm gonna go just like another 15 to 30 minutes and call it a night. Got a couple things I need to do, and then head to bed since I have to go to work in the morning. And I'll try to do a longer stream of this tomorrow. much fun as I'm having with Oblivion, I may skip that tomorrow night. The next Plenko stream should be going crazy with the custom animatronic pieces. Oh, no. That's not my specialty. If I did that, it would be specifically for one ride. I agree. No, I don't know about that. Man. Could try to fix this pathing a bit. Just not consistent with using the supports of the pathing. I wish when they were on the ground like this, I really wish they didn't actually display these lines. Not really a whole lot that you can do about that, honestly. But the Dark Souls, oh yeah. I think it would be kind of neat to do. I don't know how much you all would be interested in it, but I mean, since it's this game. Open up a poll, just see what you all think. The thought actually has crossed my mind in the past, before I even started the Oblivion streams recently. I don't know much about the Elder Scrolls, like all video games. So, I mean, the thing about the Elder Scrolls is it has just a whole ton of lore. It's kind of got a medieval vibe to it, so working with the probably mainly the fantasy and sorcery themes would, you know, make it work out the best, although depending on the areas that you try to theme it off of, there are other ones that you could use, like the Viking, the pirate. Even maybe mythology to an extent, but probably not much that one. So go 3 votes for maybe could be cool, and 1 vote for not really. GTA 6 Park all day. Discovery Studios, but with video games. Yeah, that could actually be a pretty neat idea. Cookie Geometry Dash, why not? I'd never even heard of that game until you all mentioned it. I've never played it. Never really watched anything of it. Alright, I'll go ahead and end that there. Shoo. But it would never open, buddy. Oh! Now, believe me, mine would open. Alright, the question is, what got broken? Ah, yes, this bench again. Not really seeing any other vandalism, which is a good sign. You know what's also the point? Should try it? I might look into it. But I don't spend a lot of money on games, and I don't really venture out into a ton of different games. Every once in a while I find something that might be, you know, seems like it would be kind of cool, but then I never actually take the dive into getting it. I mean, most of what I play is what I discovered years ago that I just want to get back into. Kind of like the Elder Scrolls. Flight sim is something that I've done. I mean, I only started doing my flight sim streams a year and a half ago, roughly. But that takes me way back 15 years plus. Playing Flight Sim 10. The real exception would be this game. And it's not even other than just how modern it is and what you can do with it compared to the old ones, but takes me way back to the RCT 2 and 3 days, when I used to play that game when I was a kid. Have I thought of doing a challenge mode park? I have, but the fact that I would have to start an entirely new park to do that has kind of just held me off, although the more that I think about doing new parks, I have ideas for them and stuff, so maybe the next new park that we do, I would do like a challenge mode. Twisted Metal. Oh yeah. Now, I've got some pretty cool ideas for some coasters that I want to do in my next park. I'm just not totally sure which themes I want to do for that new one. I definitely do want to make something a little bit smaller and try to focus more on the detail in each area. So my next park that I'm thinking about... Well, you know what, I'll just go ahead and share it. The first one that jumped into my mind was actually something I talked about a few months ago, and was doing like a northern, kind of a Yukon themed. So it would be in the taiga biome. You'd have an area that's kind of western themed. Not really Nordic or Viking, but maybe some style of Viking. Maybe a Christmas area. But it wouldn't be as heavily themed. It would be kind of more of an amusement park. Just with a little variation in each area. The other one that I had thought of was doing a new park with 3 main areas. You would have Viking, Sorcery, and Fantasy. Kind of that would be going into like the medieval sort of style. Long as there's an RTC area, I'll be happy. I got the RCT food shop themes off of the workshop. It's badass. I bet it is. I'd love to see it tomorrow. I'll actually look that up right now. I'm kind of curious. You piqued my interest. This again. Come on! It worked earlier. Dang it. Alright, what's going on? Here's Jimper's Dive Coaster. Those are all the same theme? No, they're not. I think they're all connected enough to make it kind of fit, but I think they're different enough in terms of what you can do with each of them. Which is why I think the 3 of them would go well together. They're not drastically different, but they're different enough to where you get enough variety between the 3. Knots. Ooh, a Knots Berry Farm creation would be really neat. Recreation, I should say. The game was like no one won't. Like a themed Cedar Fair park aside from Knots, yeah. Well, and even Knots is themed somewhat. I mean, like, you've got the ghost town, and then you've got the surf area. I'm not super familiar with Knots. I've looked at it a bit. I thought about going there. last year before I decided to go to Florida, I had thought about taking a trip out to California and going to Magic Mountain and Knott's. Kind of like doing 2 days at each park. Sorcery, Fantasy, and Viking are extremely similar. The Sorcery and Fantasy are, but in terms of like the looks, the aesthetics. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but I still think there's just enough difference between them where they would work. I don't agree about the Viking one. I think the Viking one is substantially different. Going to Cali this year and next year. Oh, nice. What you gonna do out there? I like the idea of it. Knott's is an actual theme park. Yeah, I know that. I'd love to go check it out. For me, in my mind, Magic Mountain has always been one of those, like, coaster meccas, so to speak. Just because I think they have 19. And they've got a really good variety. I mean, you've got X2, which is really unique. It's the only Aero 4D in the world, and it's one of only 3 actual 4D coasters. I don't count the Zack Spins or stuff like that. And then of course Viper. And I remember Viper from RCT2 where they had Magic Mountain as a real world park that you could work on and stuff. Goliath, Giovanola, it's pretty unique. Riddler's Revenge, which was one of the best stand-up coasters ever created. Now, I don't know whether that holds true, but most people that I've actually heard that go on Riddlers do enjoy it. Wonder Woman, Tatsu, Twisted Colossus is a pretty standout from what I've heard. Talking about Aero Suspended, you've got Ninja there. It does seem like they've got a lot of really cool coasters, and I'm sure they have plenty of duds. Don't search how many rides Cedar Point has. Well, I know Cedar Point has that many coasters at least. Be right back. March and poo in the streets of the homeless encampments. Oh my... Oh man. Greatest mistake of my life. Well, that's the worst mistake you've ever made. You're not doing too bad in life, man. I want to know your secret. No, I'm not really doing much tonight, but... Any POVs that you all want to see? Goliath. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say they love Goliath, and I've heard some people are just not really all that big on it because it has no airtime. It's generally, I think, the hardcore enthusiasts that don't really care for it all that much. Iceman. Riddler's Revenge or Joker? What do you mean? Oh, Mr. Freeze, yeah. Yeah, well that was at, that's at the one by St. Louis, isn't it? Out! The guard got her. Thanks for breaking my expensive bench again. Or not bench, table. Keyword mistake meaning I regret it. Well, no, yeah. Not very crowded over here, just with the, but it's making good money. You know what? I'm gonna go into a. Let me upload this so I don't forget. But I want to go into a sandbox park and just check out a couple real-world creations. What? What in the world? Strange. Yeah. Servers are having a bunch of problems. I wonder if it has anything to do with the Verizon outages that they've had. Probably not, given I don't think the servers are over here in the US. But did you all notice that Verizon had a massive outage today? Several 100,000 people were affected. Officer Dale is watching the balls instead of the security cameras. Yeah! Get to work! Really weird. Question is, why is it disconnected? Sorry, I got outed! Oh, that really sucks. I can't even go in and do what I wanted to. I don't have any active challenge mode parks. Yeah, maybe when we do a new park, we'll actually do the challenge mode. That could be a lot of fun. Let me try restarting the game. See if it has anything to do with that.
Oh yeah!
Give it a minute to connect. Hey! There we go. How about I disk the connection? No need to disk the connection when the connection sucks. Man, I'm having problems with the connection. If I don't fix it, there's gonna be an insurrection. I'm getting real tired of all these problems with the game. I'm telling you, this game is going to become infamous. Oh, that was bad. That line was stupid there at the end. First two I kinda got right. Gotta watch out when placing water in the tropical park, or I'm gonna flood it so high you might need Noah's Ark. I ain't trying to dip everybody in the water. I don't even know what to rhyme with water on that. Gotta go. Alright, Kings Island, have a great night, alright? Stream isn't working for me anyway. Oh, man. So, yeah, I'm not showing any connection issues on my end. I do want to look at the Riddler's Revenge, though. Yeah, I think Verizon is coming back up, because my phone is working now. Oh, this is it right here. Oh, it's just missing the apostrophe. Okay. Yeah, this is the one that I saw. Wow, he's doing like a almost full-out Magic Mountain recreation in the back. It looks like you see Goliath. Batman, Scream way back in the background. I do want to check this out, though. You're on that AT&T fiber, Mr. Pirate? Yeah! Oh man, AT&T fiber is great. I'll tell you that. Oh, this looks beautiful right back at the far edge of the park there. Hall of Justice Theater? Oh, they actually added that in. There's nothing in it. But that looks really neat. Now, this is super well set up, though. Yeah, amazing blueprint. I'm pretty sure this was by Manny. Have to go through and look. Let's update that while I'm at it. Go through and update these while I'm at it. Yeah, it is Manny. Yep. Yeah, he makes such good recreations. The pipeline Hydra that we looked at, Kumba that I've seen in the past, Afterburn. Yeah. Really fascinating. Alright, let's check this out. We're gonna set some ride music. I will admit, I was actually listening to the soundtrack for this game on my drive into work this morning. Because for whatever reason, I couldn't find my regular playlist on CarPlay, so... Alright, let's give this a go, though. We're gonna do the stand-up. Yeah, so we'll go with that there. Alright, let's go. Got the vertical loop around the lift hill. That dive loop looks a little bit interestingly profiled, so I'll be curious to check that out. Speed this up a touch. The music gets a little bit warped. Alright, there we go. Does your playlist consist of rap songs by me? No. No! I don't know if any of you have anything against McDonald's, but that's like the one decent rap that I've made. It's actually just basically a rap, you know, freestyle just blasting McDonald's. Is this track in the original PC2? No, I don't think so. No, I mean, the Riddler's Revenge is a real-world stand-up coaster. Oh, the track, the music! Yes, it is. Yeah. This is the Ravenous. That's actually a pretty good recreation. You were the writer of the original Big Mac rap? No. No, I wrote a song, and I was in my teens, probably, just blasting McDonald's. Not bad EFN. Did it go viral on YouTube? Man, I made that before YouTube even existed. Yeah, no, this is a really good recreation. I don't remember this going like that, but it's just been a long time since I've looked at it. Any other real-world coaster recreations that you want me to look up and check out? Do I use OBS to stream? Yes. Yeah, I do. OBS is the best of them, in my opinion. Oh, this must be the, slingshot ride or something like that. Does it cost any money? No, OBS is totally free. It's a little bit difficult to set up if you're not used to it, but it's extremely customizable, and it's pretty light on your system resources. Is there a New York, New York coaster yet? Oh, we can look? New York restaurant. Oh, yeah, here we go. Right there. Let's check it out. Take on the Vegas Big Apple coaster at New York, New York. So I'm not sure if this is a completely accurate real-world recreation. So I'm not all that familiar with it. Oh, man. Alright, now I'm gonna talk like somebody from up there. New York pizza. No, that's probably not even close. The Brooklyn Bridge? Wow. That's pretty cool. Yeah, New York style pizza pen. Street facade, that's neat. Let's check out Apple. Thinking the Big Apple would be what it was originally named after. Swamp Fox. Myrtle Beach Swamp Fox. Review Swamp Fox, the new RMC Raptor. Which one is that? The RMC Raptor. Ooh, Raging Ball. Hey, I'm walking here. Or walking. I don't know. I don't really know how to do a proper NYC accent. Ooh, a beast recreation. Alright, Raging Ball. Ha! Red Bull vending machines. Oh, yes, Manny made a recreation of that. Yeah, we're definitely checking that out. Can be combined with my Wrath of Rakshasa recreation. Oh, let's do it. Let's snap them together. Combined with my X-Flight and Raging Bull. Where the freaking Gabagool? What? Like, go to Family Kingdom and make reviews. Maybe make ones of other coasters that you've ridden. Yeah, somebody, it may have been you previously, but yeah, unless you've said it before, you're not the first person to actually say that. And I've thought about making videos of, like, POVs of coasters that I've ridden, or maybe doing, like, an analysis or a ranking. But there's a ton of people that do that. And also, I don't really know how to do video editing and stuff, and I don't have any software to do that with. So basically any videos that I upload are just basically going to be game footage that I make in, like in this game or Flight Sim or whatever I'm playing, and just upload at a later date. So I just don't record it live. Alright, let's play Swamp Fox. Oh, that fits perfectly on the ground level right there. I can give this a shot. It's New York accent. Haha. Wow, that's a really long pre-lift. Buy a MacBook Pro since you got the promotion, Mr. Buyer. Nah, those things are still really expensive. I had a MacBook Pro many, many years ago. Probably almost 9 or 10 years ago at this point. Buy the one with 512 Wait. 512 gigabytes of RAM? I don't think they make a MacBook with that much RAM. Maybe the Mac Pro. You can play Flight Sim and Planet Coaster and Elder Scrolls at the same time. No. That's too much for me to handle. If it's not too much for the computer to handle, it's too much for me to handle. That's pretty cool. Not like a super thrilling coaster, but probably a fun old classic Woody. Yeah, iPhone 17 Pro Max with 2 terabytes of storage, like my idiot customers get. I'm gonna tell them that you insulted them for buying the most expensive phone on the market. Oh, they make a Mac. Yeah, the Mac Pro probably. I'm sure that's... Did you leak your job? Yeah, I didn't get the Pro Max. I did get the Pro, the 17 Pro, but given that that and the Pro Max have the same cameras, I was fine with the Pro. I don't need the bigger screen. The phone, you know, the phone that I have, it fits me perfectly, like my hand size, fits in my pocket. Easy to hold, easy to use, it's great. So we did leak our job. Alright, let's get Raging Bull. Looking forward to checking this out. Now the question is, how does it fit alongside the Wrath of Rakshasa? But the camera cookie. Oh. Is that... Yeah, it is... Oh, it cut in a little bit right there, but it's fine. Dale. Well, actually, let's go back and do it this way. Got the free space. Put him over here. Let me make sure that I get the height right. It's a little tough to see at the moment.
Tasty.
That works. Oh, sponsored by Raging Bull, sponsored by Chief Beef. Alright, let's get the Wrath of Rakshasa. Those will be the last two we look at tonight. Whoops. I actually don't know how they fit together. Probably not like that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just place them close together here. Or else Chicago will turn into a sub. Oh, give me free Wi-Fi or Chicago will turn into a subterranean well. A realm. Do it already? Alright, we'll check this one out first. Don't snap it. Yeah, I ended up just placing it down. I'm gonna hassle with it. Alright, let's give this a go. Should turn all the power settings off. I'm curious about this coaster. I've heard mixed things about it. Stop Dale, that'll get Cookie demonetized? Oh no. Not like I make any money already anyway. We forgot to lower some sections of terrain. Oh well. Now, that's the cool thing about these blueprints though, is that they dive under the terrain and they actually have like the concrete pieces and stuff that you're actually supposed to dig down. It's relatively intuitive. This guy does such a great job with his real-world recreations. I'm so scared all 4 people will report his stream. You're gaining quite a few subs. I'm working on it. Yeah, I honestly looking at the POV, and I'm not insulting, or well, I shouldn't say insulting, but I'm not criticizing the recreation, just based on what the coaster actually looks like. I don't feel all that inspired by it. You got an Immelman, the dive loop is nice, and then you have kind of an interestingly profiled 0G roll, but then it's the same thing. Got like a corkscrew and then another 0G roll and then just a bunch of turns into the brake run. It seems like it would be fun, but not anything ultra extraordinary. Now Raging Bull on the other hand, I think this is going to be a real fun POV to check out. We don't have to do any terrain work here. Alright, let's give this a go. Spot on. Yeah, it looks like a really good recreation. I'm just gonna ride out the lift hill. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the music and the ride. This is sadly in almost all my parks. I wouldn't say that's a sad thing at all. It's a great ride, from all that I've heard. If I remember right, this was actually B&M's second hyper after Apollo's Chariot. Hey, Dino Dukes, welcome back. Yeah, that's really neat. Nice little maintenance bay, too. Beautiful presentation. This is a recreation of Raging Bull made by Manny85, I think. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh. Raging sneeze. And then what's cool is you've got a little restaurant here. Man. Southwestern themed. It looks almost like a Mexican style restaurant. You could place a variety of shops or restaurant stalls and stuff like that. Got the little ring of fire. This back here looks really neat. But all the scenery for this coaster just looks phenomenal. Flash pass. Where's the entrance for the main queue? Right here? Or does it start on the side? Oh man. Oh, back over here. Wow. Okay. Fiesta Fries Cantina, that's pretty cool. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I see it. I think you actually walk up by the exit to get on it. It's a Mexican Dorito-sponsored food court area. That is really neat. This is a beautiful recreation. This is beautifully presented as well. What's this here? It's like a giant food court area. That's pretty neat. Macho Nacho. Chopsticks. Okay, those are duplicates there. And then probably beverage counters. Yeah, really nicely presented. Blue ribbon turkey legs. A hot dog squad. And yeah, more blue ribbon. And all of this over here is really nicely presented. Rakshasa relics. Nice. Yeah, really beautiful. Can we do Tron or Guardians of the Galaxy? Yeah, I'm getting ready to jump off. I think we can look at that. Remind me next time. And we'll check that out. It's 10:15. I gotta jump off and do a couple things. So, I ended up staying on longer than I had planned on. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I do plan on picking back up with this tomorrow, so gotta go to bed. See you later and good night. Good night. Yep. Yeah, both of y'all, thanks for hanging out. Have a great evening. And, yeah, so I'm gonna pick back up most likely tomorrow night with this, and remind me, and we can check those out. Peace out, Girl Scout. I ain't no Girl Scout. Nothing wrong with them, but I ain't one of them. Alright, y'all. Well, that's going to do it here. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit on the short end, but, still fun. hopefully for you all as well. And yeah, so we'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully. And as always, until then, take care, stay safe, and we'll see ya.